A train is a form of rail transport consisting of a series of connected vehicles that generally run along a railroad track to transport passengers or cargo. The word train comes from the Old French trahana, derived from the Latin trahere meaning to pull or to draw. Motive power for a train is provided by a separate locomotive or individual motors in a self-propelled multiple unit. The term engine is often used as an alternative to locomotive, although historically steam propulsion dominated. The most common types of locomotive are diesel and electric, the latter supplied by overhead wires or additional rails. Trains can also be hauled by horses, pulled by engine or water-driven cable or wire winch, run downhill using gravity, or powered by pneumatics, gas turbines or electric batteries. The track usually consists of two running rails with a fixed spacing, which may be supplemented by additional rails such as electric conducting rails and rack rails. Monorails and maglev guideways are also occasionally used. Passenger trains include passenger-carrying vehicles and can often be very long and fast. High-speed rail systems began expanding rapidly in the late 20th century, and this remains a major subject of further development. The term light rail is sometimes used to refer to a modern tram system, but it may also mean an intermediate form between a tram and a train, similar to a heavy rail rapid transit system. Freight. It is possible to carry passengers and freight in the same train using a mixed consist rail cars and machinery that are used for the maintenance and repair of tracks are termed maintenance of way equipment. These may be assembled into maintenance of way trains. Similarly, dedicated trains may be used to provide support services to stations along a train line, such as garbage or revenue collection. There are various types of trains that are designed for particular purposes. A train can consist of a combination of one or more locomotives and attached railroad cars, or a self-propelled multiple unit, or occasionally a single or articulated powered coach called a railcar. Special kinds of train running on corresponding purpose-built railways are monorails, high-speed railways, maglev, atmospheric railways, rubber-tired underground, funicular and cog railways. A passenger train consists of one or more locomotives and several coaches. Alternatively, a train may consist entirely of passenger-carrying coaches, some or all of which are powered. This is known as a multiple unit. In many parts of the world, particularly the Far East and Europe, high-speed rail is used extensively for passenger travel. Freight trains consist of cars, wagons or trucks rather than carriages, though some parcel and mail trains appear outwardly to be more like passenger trains. Trains can also have mixed consist, with both passenger accommodation and freight vehicles. These mixed trains are most likely to be used for services that run infrequently, where the provision of separate passenger and freight trains would not be cost-effective. But the disparate needs of passengers and freight means that this is avoided where possible. Special trains are also used for track maintenance. In some places, this is called maintenance of way. In the United Kingdom, a train hauled using two locomotives is known as a double-headed train. In Canada and the United States, it is quite common for a long freight train to be headed by three or more locomotives. A train with a locomotive attached at both ends is described as top and tailed. This practice typically being used when there are no reversing facilities available, where a second locomotive is attached temporarily to assist a train when ascending steep banks or gradients. This is referred to as banking in the UK. Many loaded trains in the US are assembled using one or more locomotives in the middle or at the rear of the train, which are then operated remotely from the lead cab. This is referred to as DP, or distributed power. The railway terminology that is used to describe a train varies between countries. In the United Kingdom, the interchangeable terms set and unit are used to refer to a group of permanently or semi-permanently coupled vehicles, such as those of a multiple unit, while when referring to a train made up of a variety of vehicles, or of several sets units, the term formation is used. The word rake is also used for a group of coaches or wagons. Section 83 of the UK's Railways Act 1993 defines train as follows. The Atchison, Topeka and Santa Fe Railways 1948 operating rules define a train as an engine or more than one engine coupled with or without cars, displaying markers. In North America, Australia and other countries, the term consist is used to describe the group of rail vehicles that make up a train. When specifically referring to motive power, the term refers to the group of locomotives powering the train, as does lash up, the TE.